Okay guys, hi, my name is Alena. As Lisa mentioned, I came from Prague to this event. Really proud to present here. I came to share with you experience of my team about introducing Veeam Tableau Champions program in Veeam. Basically, I will tell you about our starting point, what were the goals of this program, what kind of challenges we wanted to solve, what were the results, and some general sum up and advices what you can pay attention to. Basically, if you want to launch the same thing in your company. Before this, let me introduce our company. It's called Veeam Software. Basically, data is a fuel of business. So at Veeam, we aspire to create a future where every company can have a safe, secure, and quick way to back up their data, no matter what. So Veeam is based on data security, data recovery, and data freedom, and that makes it Veeam leader in its space. It's basically recognized by industry analysts as well. Veeam was a leader in Gartner's Magic Quadrant for I think 6 years in a row. Maybe gonna be sold this time. Okay, I will tell you where it all started. It actually was the end of year 2022. October is the approximate timeline. We had a BI team which consists of 3 data analysts. Anastasia Krishnina, who later became a Tableau Champion Program lead. Myself and Ksenia, she was a BI server admin and also an analyst. BI team was eager actually to just share the knowledge internally and externally. So we first organized a BI meetup for students and professionals to facilitate this knowledge sharing. Shortly after this event, we hired 2 BI interns, and actually one of the interns participated in this event. It was a success, so we were thinking what should we do next, and we thought about the Champions program. Basically, it was a centralized BI team, 3 data analysts there, 3 developers. So there is a huge backlog of tasks. The team worked as a bottleneck for BI tasks because the production environment is owned by BI team basically. But self-service is developing. Creators, like more creators license are required in Tableau. And what we were doing, we were asking users to complete basic creator training on Tableau portal to get creator license. And then, well, they were doing what they could with this license. They couldn't publish to production, but they wanted to. They wanted to own the dashboards. And in general, we wanted to increase data literacy, right, in Veeam. So we thought of Data Champions program to support users who want to develop and excel their knowledge in Tableau. What kind of challenges we had? Well, first, as I mentioned, BI team is busy with high priority tasks. So the solution which we would recommend to and we found is to actually assign and find a program leader who, it doesn't mean this leader should do everything on your own, but she in our case could take like primary like decisions to take the communication, take over the most of the communication and so on, and also to receive support and sponsorship from the management. I would like to stress out this point, like to do it from the very beginning, as early as possible. You have an idea of this program, go to your managers. Then how to choose participants. Basically, what we took 8 the most active Tableau users, who were Tableau admins, who uses Tableau, who publish the most content. So we decided not to go with a big group in the beginning, to have enough time basically to dedicate to every person. How to minimize conflicts with like business priorities. Well, what we are afraid of that people can drop the program right, due to urgent business tasks. So as a solution, first you need to accept that people may drop the program despite all your efforts. It might be business related or simply life happens. But also it's good to plan your program in less busy periods, avoid quarter ends, like closures, some big company events, holiday, maybe it's country-specific holidays or even summer holidays, right? So just to minimize this problem for them. And also consider having a break between your program, somewhere in the middle, so users have time to think about actually the knowledge they gained during the first part of the program, and also to have some time to solve some urgent tasks and not to be concerned about it. BI team are not educational experts. Well, what could we do? Just to go to someone who isn't expert. We went to ask for help our internal training specialist. It was just like a session about how to communicate with participants, how to structure your lecture or presentation, whatever it is. I was concerned that some stuff might be pretty technical, pretty boring, but actually one piece of advice we received from a specialist is that those people who come to your program, they are actually already motivated to join. They are motivated to learn, and they are professionals and they know why they are joining. So you're there not to entertain them all the time. It's fine to be sometimes a bit technical, or it's matter what your content is about. But of course you can make the whole experience a bit more enjoyable. And then, well, the program is new. Basically how to gain trust from your co-workers, right? How to motivate them to participate. The thing you can do is to work with your designers, for example, to work on brand a little bit, create a logo, some certificates, use the email signatures, avatars, pictures, something like this. So this can bring a little bit more trust to your program. How to structure the program? There are a lot of resources out there about Tableau skills, data skills, right? But we wanted to know what participants want to learn, why they are joining. So before running the program, we started with a participant survey. We were asking them what topics they are most interested in, what kind of data they work in their departments, what kind of visualizations they want to use, right? This is like an example of one of the questions which we had. So yeah, we're seeing there is a huge request in year-over-year growth calculations, Tableau parameters, and surprisingly forecasting functionality, which honestly in BI team we didn't use much, but since there was a high interest, we prepared some topic just to cover this, to show what Tableau is capable of for this purpose. Then before the start, we ran one-on-one calls with every participant. Basically during these calls, we went through the output of this survey, discussing expectations, right? Asking them what they are working with, what kind of data they are working with, maybe what their plans, why they started to use Tableau. And based on these survey results and one-on-one calls, we adjusted the agenda. Of course, it's not possible probably to cover everything or every wish, right? But it helps you to structure accordingly. This is a timeline of the program. It was run last year. Yeah, I think it shows the spring dates. So basically the preparation, that's what I already mentioned. We had one-on-one calls, we ran this survey. Also during these one-on-one calls, we checked if the native software is installed, if everything has all licenses and so on, so not to waste time on this when the program starts. And also we discussed the projects. So we assumed that at the end of the program, every participant would complete a project. So we were starting to discuss what kind of projects they may have, so it would be reliable right, to the work they do, and also participants were discussing it with their managers, what kind of project would be helpful for their team. Then the program was divided into two parts, Tableau skills and data overview skills. Each ran for 2 weeks. We meet 2 times per week. Data overview skills, basically we were reviewing how our database look like, what kind of data sets we have there, what kind of data sets already published on Tableau server. Because actually what it helped with is to prevent from data sets which are on your Tableau server to be duplicated and everybody was creating it like from scratch every time. So good thing if you know this data set it's there, you won't do it. Also a part of this course was to go through Tableau prep. And actually for this we asked our Tableau partner to give a presentation on this topic. And it was really, like we received really positive feedback. So this is our recommendation for you. If you run something similar, ask your Tableau partner maybe to come in with, they can cover a different topic, right? But it's a huge interest. Then there is a break. It's optional, but we think it's good to do it to help people to do some business tasks and also to start working on their projects. During this time, we also had like data doctor sessions available. They were not obligatory, but you could come in and get recommendation mostly about your project. And then 2 weeks of Tableau skills. Results of our program, we had 2 waves. One had 8 participants, next one had already 15 participants, and we got a waiting list. Over 20 projects were published on our server, and we started open a new project for champions, so they can publish their content there. We received really nice high rating, 9 out of 10. And here you can see examples of our work with designers. So we introduced these avatars where you could put your photo into. Basically, the designer would put it for you, and now I see those pictures on Tableau server and on Teams. It's actually a nice icebreaker when you go to some Teams call. Like people were asking, "Oh, what is it?" And then you can share that you're actually a Tableau champion. Certificates. Also cute, people post it on social media, on LinkedIn, and they actually like it. Then signatures in your email with a banner that led directly to Champions page, and you can read information about it, you can join the waitlist. Also we started a Teams channel, first for Tableau Champions, where we were sharing main information, some resources after lectures. We're answering some questions which were not answered, for example, during the presentation. Return on investment. Basically, more users started to use Tableau, or some of those who were already using started to use it even more. So the goal was, and still is, to basically enable everyone in the company to take a step closer to starting using Tableau. Tableau champions started to actually develop content, and they received better understanding of the data behind it. So the insights they were bringing using the dashboards were starting to be actually more trusted. What we didn't analyze, but that would be a plan for future, is actually to compare money invested and money saved. Right, in terms of project, how long would it take to run a project, and time invested and time saved. How many tasks were not going to BI team and were directly solved in the teams where the champions came from. Data doctor sessions saved. And when I talk about data doctor sessions, that's something we have available all the time in our company, not only during championship program Law for Champions. But the result is that not only champions go more regularly to these sessions, but also they become knowledge holders about the Tableau in their teams, and then their colleagues first come to them with some questions, and when those questions are not solved, they go further to the BI team. I would like to share one success story with you for one Tableau champion. His name is Kyle. He is a director in channel department. When Kyle joined the program, he was in Veeam, I think, for less than a year. So he had a good foundation of data knowledge, but maybe not all the data are in Veeam, but everything we have in data warehouse. He also had previous experience with Tableau, but never had experience with Tableau prep, so he wanted to learn it as well. And he was launching basically a report to promote one of the Veeam products. And as he mentioned, it was basically perfect timing for him. As a result of his project work, which he developed during the program, he created a dashboard which not only his team was using, but actually other teams as well. Sales, marketing, channel program, finance. It probably was one of the most used dashboard from the project works. This is some other feedback we received. I wouldn't read all of them, but what I would like to stress out. First, I got inspiration and support, right? Yes, there are a lot of sources which you can use, right, to basically to learn something about Tableau, but to have this motivation, why would you do this, right? To start already with some project and some project you keep in mind while you're attending the program. That's great. Also, some company-specific data background, databases, right, was the most valuable for me. Basically, yeah, I know how to use the tool, but I don't know what we have and where to start and what kind of data we're analyzing in general, right? And meeting the team, learning about the project and visualizations that other teams work on. Veeam is about, it's over 5,000 employees, and at least I don't know every team which exists in a company, what actually they do. But then when you join this program and you have some other colleagues there, basically you learn about some other department or some other team, what they're doing, what kind of work they're doing, and which techniques they're applying. That's great. Our future directions, plans after the program, is basically to develop a first long-run Tableau community plan inside Veeam, but also externally, secure some budget for future projects, and support advanced Tableau users, right? So once after the program, what else they can do? So this is a community when you can step in and you can support those users. I would stress out again securing budget, getting support from your management. It's really important, and it's really important to highlight the value of the program. So from the very beginning, make it visible, not only within Tableau users or your direct manager, but as high as you can go. Just tell everyone in the company about it if you do something like this. Increasing awareness about the company, organize meetups, post on internet. We still work on this Teams channel, right, to help this Teams channel live. That's probably not the best platform like Teams channel to connect, but we work with what we have. And also to continue building strong collaboration with Tableau and our Tableau partners. We wanted to bring this knowledge about the program as well. We joined Tableau Innovation Day in Zurich at the end of last year, basically with this presentation, and it also got really nice feedback, a lot of questions. You would be surprised, but many people in many companies actually trying to do something similar, maybe different formats, but it still has this value. And if you would do any picture of presentation, which I will share for anyone who would like, but this would be like a summary of all the tips you can use. Basically, to sum up what you should do if you want to run a program like this, a champion program, assign a program leader, right? Someone who would fight for this the most, but you can support this leader, of course. Secure support and sponsorship from the management. Again, I stress this point. I think it's really important, especially if you're in a big corporate. limit the number of participants, so you would have enough time to spend with each of them before the program and during the program to answer the questions during your sessions, right? I had these hands-on sessions, and you just save some time for the questions during the presentations, right? So you would have option actually to spend time on this. This is really important, and to build connection with participants. Again, choose less busy periods in your company. Consider having a break, right? Just to help those users a little bit. Have a consultation with internal training, right? Again, they can give you some valuable insights. Work with designers on your brand or on your own, just it really adds a value. Yeah, add more interactivity to your programs. Mostly when I had technical topics, I was going like as a hands-on session. So you know, if we had a topic about how to build a waterfall chart, then everybody were receiving data and Veeam-specific data, right? And we're doing it all together, like a session, even so it was online. And yeah, add more actual business examples, right? This is the added value your program has over everything else, over Tableau e-learning or any other sources. Sometimes people don't know how to use with it, how to work with the tool, how to work with data, but they don't know how to work with your data because it's always somehow customized, adjusted, and so on. And yeah, that's it. Sorry for technical issues. I hope it's not an issue. We have some space for questions if you would like to ask something. It can be now. I will also share the slides, or it can be after the event if you think of something.
Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, please raise your hands. Okay. I hope the microphone will work from this spot. Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, I just want to ask how many sessions did you have with the participants during one round?
Yeah, I have.
I think we're going to have the second microphone.
It works? Yeah. This is a slide I actually didn't add to the main presentation, but this is an example of curriculum. So, like program with lectures on, it's 4 weeks, 2 weeks for data sources overview, 2 weeks of Tableau skills. In general, it's 6 weeks, including break and including work on the project. So we had about 2 sessions per week. That was, I think, of like hour and a half long.
Great, thanks.
Sure.
Any other questions?
Thanks for the presentation. I'm curious to know because like it looks like some of the topics you can find them in the Tableau e-learning, right? And probably can be organized as a self-paced. Did you consider option to make it a self-paced learning, like put it on the corporate learning website so that people can go through it without participating in the live session? Because as I understood, a big part of that was the live sessions, and I can see how probably people felt connected and supported that you had live conversations with them. So I'm wondering, do you think it will make sense to maybe, I don't know, to increase the amount of participants by making it like offline and online support optional?
Yeah, it's good you mentioned actually in Tableau e-learning, we actually were doing this one-on-one calls in the beginning. We were even advising to, we were sharing first e-learning key, and we were advising to complete author pass on the e-learning portal before you join the program. It's 35 hours long, so not everybody did it, but at least half participants did it. But still, they were coming to the sessions, asking questions, and so on. So definitely, it makes sense to have some knowledge base, right, or conference space, whatever you call it, right? So we do this as well. We have a Tableau BI like conference space environment in our environment, trying to create some knowledge materials from time to time, right? We also share, like when a new creator or explorer joins, we have an onboarding session. It's about like half an hour where we guide them through environment, mentioning what they can do, what they can't do, right? If they have a desktop or they just an explorer, but they can publish, for example. And then we put a page with recommendations of some sources, not only on Tableau e-learning, but also like other sources, what they can check if a person is a viewer, if it is an explorer or creator. But still, I don't know, this had a nice feedback, and I guess sometimes you need need some motivation for some people to go through this together, again. Also, the way it works for me, if I don't do it, like waterfalls, for example, really popular. If I don't do waterfall in Tableau for half a year, I probably would need again to remind myself how to do it again. But also, we didn't make it obligatory to attend those sessions. We didn't mark in attendance and saying you will not get a certificate if you don't participate. So that was also optional, and sessions were recorded. Mainly also, and again, the recorded session did put it to this Tableau space, right? So then participants can watch them again, right? Maybe post someone to clarify. Thank you for the question. Any other questions? Thank you.
Yeah. Let's say big thank you to Alena, because she, as I want to highlight once again, she came from Prague just for this event, so we are really thankful. Thank you so much. Send greetings to all viewers and to VI team. So yeah,